let's talk about that in that front on the content creation side. Your podcast game has evolved over the years. How are you liking podcasting? Obviously, I love the fuck out of it. I travel all the way out and do all this kind of stuff. Where are you at with it? Is it something, has it gotten to the point where you're like, all right, I got to get that one out? Or do you love that? Because you have always had a good monologue. Not a lot of guys that do what we do have a good monologue. You're able to go ahead and, I remember when you were doing your Coffee with Khalipas, those were just great 4 or 5 minute pour over duration monologues.
I think that I'm building back to a better place with it. So here's what happened. We started Business of Fitness, which was all about the business of fitness. And it had a lot of gym owners listening to it. And I wanted to talk about something other than business. So we started AMRAP Mentality, where it was all about athletes. So we got all these top athletes on it, but it was once a week for Business of Fitness and once a week for AMRAP Mentality. And we're trying to run a business. It was just too much. It was too much of an obligation for me, and I couldn't do it well. So we stopped doing AMRAP Mentality because it wasn't something that I wanted to travel and go meet with these athletes. I don't know. I wasn't prioritizing it enough. I wasn't doing it a good justice. So I just said, hey, I'm stopping it. This thing was stressing me out on a regular basis, and it was my choice to have it. So let's focus in over here. So then Business of Fitness goes well. And, we did it for let's just say, we're like a couple of years into Business of Fitness, and it goes well, right? You're getting good downloads and your business, whatever. And it probably helped to build the NC Fit Collective. But at some point I was reflecting, I'm like, dude, I just feel like I'm like regurgitating the same stuff I've already said. At this point, and I got the inspiration actually from Andy Frisella, where he changed his podcast from the MFCEO podcast to his new podcast because he just said, dude, I've said everything I got to say. I'm ready to move on. Same thing happened with me. I feel like, man, if you want to talk about anything, the business of fitness, we got you covered, dude. There's 150 episodes on that. So we rebranded to Effort Over Everything, which is kind of our new rallying cry as a business. And that will be more of encompassing of AMRAP Mentality with Business of Fitness, where I could talk about things like on Monday, I'm talking to a guy about coffee. I'm really interested in it. But whereas this last episode was with Noah Olson, and it could be more of AMRAP Mentality focused. Or maybe you come on in a couple weeks, we talk about business. Yeah. And it allows me to talk about anything I want without being pigeonholed.
Yeah,
and
you're
so
not siloed.
I feel like I'm rejuvenated right now, and I'm excited about the Effort Over Everything podcast because I just am.
Walk me through your creation workflow. So if you're like, are you spontaneous where you're taking a piss and you're like, oh my God, I just came up with a great TikTok. I'm going to go shoot that as soon as I get done. Or like when you think of the topics for your podcast, like do you have a dedicated, like I'm going to sit down and I'm going to kind of plan out what I want to do content wise today, tomorrow, this week. Walk me through like your creation workflow in your brain. Some people are very plan with it, and some people are very spontaneous, and they both work.
I think for me, I got to get better about this, but when it comes to content creation, I'll come into the gym. Traditionally, I try and keep it as authentic as humanly possible, right? Like I'll never share a workout that I didn't just do, ever. Like never once. And so I'll do the workout, but now I'm more actively engaging. Like, okay, I got to film it. Let me make sure I film this workout. Let me look back on it. Was there any good parts of it? Okay, maybe after I'm done, like, all right, let me go ahead and now like just do different parts of it, right? So like let's just say the other day, my sister and I were doing a workout in her garage, and I didn't film the workout, but then afterwards I'm like, hey Angela, let's do one round of this. I'm just gonna film it. We had done the workout, but then we recreated it for social media, but I'm okay with that because we did the workout.
Sure.
So that's actively trying to think about it after the fact or during it. Or some days I'll come into the gym and I'll just say, hey, I really want to talk about the muscle up today. I really want to, or I'll have our coaches here like every Wednesday, like I was saying, we film. I'll be like, guys, what are you seeing in the gyms that's kind of interesting to you? Let's talk about it. And then we'll have a good conversation about, I'm seeing this as a good challenge, and then we'll work on it. But I don't just like sit in the beginning of the week and say, hey, on Monday I'm going to do this, Tuesday I'm going to do this. It's more like authentic that way.